Bahugana, and in the next half an hour we will be together taking up all your queries, so do not forget to call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. You can also write to us on WhatsApp, but we do urge you to call us on the numbers available to you so that you can speak to our experts live. Today we have Prashant Tapse on the fundamentals and Gaurav Sharma on the technicals. Welcome both of you gentlemen. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Let's begin with our very first query. Shiv Kumar from Bengaluru has written to us on WhatsApp. He holds 450 shares of Equitas Small Finance Bank at 33 rupees a piece and is seeking a long-term advice on this one. Prashant, I'm curious to know, how do you look at this bank? Are you positive on the entire banking space, and what's up with Equitas?
If you see the small banking finance as a space, I am a bit negative on the sector as well as the pressure in the NIM margins. When we see the large banking like HDFC, SBI, they are also trying to face some kind of NIM margin due to the reduction in the interest prices from last 3 months. So overall on the sector wise, I am very much negative. So I would have a negative outlook on even Equitas. Advice would be again try to avoid this sector as well as the stock from the current levels.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now let's go across to the first caller on the show, joining us from Noida. Hi Amol, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, how can I help you today?
Actually, I bought 50 shares of Mankind Pharma at an average price of 2345.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need a short-term view, like there was a momentum in the pharma stock from last 2-3 days.
Yes.
So I just want to know how far it can travel in this momentum.
Okay. So quickly, Gaurav, coming to you, Mankind Pharma is the counter. So how is it on the charts?
Yeah, hi, good evening. So Mankind is looking pretty much upbeat on the charts, although it is trading a little bit on the downside, just hovering close to the confluence zone of its long and medium term averages. But I see a breakout coming in soon, and the stock is likely to test levels close to 2600 in the immediate near term. I suggest the viewers should take a stop at 2350, and that on a closing basis, and hold the position.
All right, and now we have another WhatsApp query. Preeti has written to us from Chennai, and Preeti holds 40 shares of V2 Retail at 1,995 rupees a piece and is seeking a really short-term advice on this one of about 1 or 2 months. Therefore, taking this question to you, Gaurav, how do you look at the charts of V2 Retail, and do you think it's a good idea to stay invested for another 1 or 2 months from a very, very short term?
Yeah, V2 Retail is looking attractive on charts. It is trading near to its all-time heights, just tad below 2000 levels. So I see the levels heading northwards in the near term as well. Levels close to 2100, 2250 is pretty much possible in the time frame that the viewer is looking at. I advise her to hold on to the position, keeping a stop at 1850.
Thank you so much, Gaurav, for that. Now let's go across to another caller joining us from Bengaluru. Hi, Rahul. Good evening.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, how can I help you today?
Ma'am, KPIT Technology 200 quantity in average price 1,360.
Okay.
One bag buy, ma'am. Profit in 80,000 loss, ma'am. Seller what, ma'am? More extra share average pricing, ma'am. Technical analysis, please, ma'am.
Okay, so technical view on KPIT Tech, since Rahul is sitting on a loss of over 18,000 is what we can see. Gaurav, talking about the charts performance, so I can see that since mid-June the counter has slipped to 1269 levels. So how do you view the charts, and what suggestion do you have for Rahul there?
Rightly mentioned, the stock is trading weak. The chart structure is not at all attractive. It is not able to hold on to its higher levels, facing stiff resistance around 1425, 1500, 1550, 75 zones. So there are multiple resistances placed nearby. I suggest the viewer should consider, exiting the position on rise. If he gets a rise somewhere close to 1350 odd level, that should be a good level to start offloading their positions.
All right, and now we have Geeta joining us on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi Geeta, good evening.
Hi ma'am, very good evening.
Very good evening, Geeta. What's your question?
My query is regarding Heritage Food, ma'am.
Okay.
I have 55 quantity.
Okay, all right.
Bought at 660 rupees. I'm in loss with 9,500 rupees.
Yeah.
I want to know fundamental and technical aspects for 1 year or can I shift to any other stocks?
Okay.
By our sir's advice.
Sure. Let's help you out. Prashant, I'll take this question to you first. Geeta from Bengaluru holds 55 shares of Heritage Food at 660 rupees a piece. Do you think she bought them at an expensive, at the expensive zone of the price band? And how do you see the stock playing out in the next 1 year?
I think yes, the price which she has bought, it was a range of very expensive, and I think the market move was very much positive at that point of time. Despite having some kind of good ratios and the financials are little bit decent, but not comfortable to have a very positive buy at this point of time. Again, I think she has to again wait for some more time to have a good rate to go for long term. A good rate would be anywhere between 450 can be a right level to buy this company and or average this company at this best long term average. So for me, it's a hold and add more on the lower side.
Right, and Gaurav, then speaking of the chart structure, what are you gaining from looking at Heritage Food, and do you think it will be able to exceed its 52-week high in the next 1 year?
Yeah, exceeding a 52-week high in the next 1 year looks little difficult. The stock is having resistances around, say, immediate resistances is close to 525. Once that level is crossed, the stock would find resistance around 650 zones. So these are two vital levels that the stock needs to surpass. Then only sustainable up move beyond the price of the viewer will be seen. So I think it will take at least 6 to 10 months of time to get past those levels. So as of now, it is hold because nothing is wrong with the chart structure. It is just that it has fallen too much from the level from where the viewer has been holding the stock. So I suggest to hold on patiently and even accumulate the stock on dips towards 450, 460 levels if she has some spare cash left with her.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for that. Now we are joined by Ramchandra on the phone line from Hyderabad. Hi, Ramchandra. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, please go ahead with your query.
Regarding the Ramky Infrastructure.
Yeah.
I bought 1,500 shares today at the rate of 555 rupees. Can I add more in this current price?
Okay.
For short term of 3 months.
And are you looking for a short-term outlook or a long-term outlook?
It's short term, 3 months.
3 months. All right. Okay.
3 months.
Okay. So I'll quickly.
Technical.
Yes. Understood. So Gaurav, taking this question to you. So Ramky Infrastructure currently trading at 557. So are these the correct levels to accumulate for somebody who has invested in this counter?
Yes, these are pretty good levels. He can consider accumulating the stock. The stock has managed to surpass all the near-term averages which were acting as a resistance earlier. So it is in a freeway zone. I see the stock heading towards 620, 640 zones in the next couple of months. So I advise him to hold the existing position and add some more if he's having some spare cash left with us. The stop loss he should consider is 520.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And although a lot of technical queries today on the show, but Prashant, I'd still like to take your view on the counter. If I look at the valuations of this particular company, it's pretty attractive. But do you see it as an attractive bet for an investment purpose also for long term?
No, if one has to bet on the infrastructure, one should go with the large cap stocks like L&T or IRB Infrastructure or Kalpataru projects. I think that should be the way one should look at for a long-term investment. But short-term, obviously, yes, levels always help. In terms of valuations, looks very attractive at this point of time. But again, the growth factors also are very much less in terms of their Q-on-Q, YOY earning growth. So my advice would be again, yes, as a short-term player based on technicals, one can have a good short-term outlook.
All right, thanks for that, Prashant. And now we have Bindu joining us on the phone line from Hyderabad. Hi, Bindu. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Please go ahead and ask.
I had 100 shares of AWL Agri Business at 305.
Okay.
I'm holding it since December.
Okay.
So that time it was a lot.
Yeah.
I want to know whether I should hold it further or should I exit and enter into another counter.
Okay, I'm just going to confirm your buying. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to know if I can hold it, what is the target price I can expect?
Okay, all right. Can I just confirm your buying price, please? Did you buy them at 305 rupees?
Yeah, 305.
All right. Okay, okay. Prashant, firstly taking this question to you. Our viewer holds 100 shares of AWL Agri Business, bought at 305 rupees a piece, and then she's been holding them since December. And so far, 6 months into the year, she's not made any profit for herself. In fact, she's sitting on a loss at the moment. How do you view this particular stock, and also on the FMCG palette, does it look attractive?
As a sector, yes, very much attractive in terms of the near-term growth. But the space which AWL is into, it's edible oil business and very much volatile at this point of time. Even the prices are trading at a very high levels and very volatile in the global scenario. If you see even the Q3 earnings, Q4 earnings, there have been a very drastical fall in terms of their earnings from almost like a bit of 5% to a bit of 2%, which is very much concerning and for me as a fundamental analysis. So it would be a very difficult for me to have a very positive outlook at this point of time. Q1 earnings would be a wait and watch for me. If something goes better than the current last EBITDA margins of 2% plus something, so there will be some kind of positive outlook from the current level. But overall, long term also I'm a bit negative on the stock. If there is an opportunity to exit, better to exit.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now we are joined by Shankar on the phone line from Mysuru. Hi Shankar, good evening.
Hi ma'am.
Yeah, please go ahead with the query.
Ma'am, Trent stock, ma'am, 20 quantity in average price of 5,500 average price in a short term 3 month, ma'am, seller road, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So Trent is the counter. Gaurav, what's your outlook? How is it looking on the charts, and should Shankar stay invested in it?
Trent is not looking good from a short-term perspective. It is more likely to head towards 5,000, 4,800 zones in the immediate near term. So considering that he is having a little shorter view, I would suggest him to reduce on to his positions once the stock falls below 5,400 levels. But if he can hold on to a position for 6 months and a little longer period, then he should consider holding on to his position. Nothing goes wrong. It will become a buy on dips kind of a stock. Overall formation is very much strong.
So buy on dips is what Gaurav is suggesting, but Prashant, I'd also like to take your fundamental view on the counter. Since the brokerage notes that came about the counter, so Nuvama has downgraded Trent to hold, and Macquarie is saying that it has given an outperformed rating with the target price of 7,200 there. And in its AGM also, Trent said that Star Bazaar can actually become bigger than Westside and Zudio. So these are some updates regarding the counter. But how do you view it holistically from a fundamental point of view?
As a long-term outlook, I think very much positive the way they have given their Q1 outlook numbers and the sector growth. So I think it's a buy on dip strategy only. But for the shorter period of time, I think there will be some kind of concern with respect to the store by store sales numbers and even the Q1 earnings. There may be some kind of pressure in the EBITDA margin as well. So short term there may be hurdles. So that hurdles should be used as opportunity on a buy on dip strategy and then hold it for long term.
All right, and now we have Krishnan calling us from Bengaluru. Hi Krishnan, good evening.
My question is, I want to know the technicals of Canara Bank. Okay, I purchased around 200 shares at 105 rupees.
Okay.
Whether I can hold for another 2 years. But I would like to know whether the price will climb from current price of 114 rupees from here.
Okay, all right. Gaurav, our viewer from Bengaluru holds 200 shares of Canara Bank at 105 rupees a piece. The stock is trading around 114. He's sitting on a meager profit, but he wants to know from a technical perspective, does it look like a good investment to you?
Yes, Canara Bank is a very good stock to hold. Among the PSU banking space, we like this stock the most. We are having a long-term buy rating on the stock as well. We see the stock heading towards 130, 135 zones by the year end, or maybe by third quarter ends. So any dips from the current level should be utilized as a fresh buying opportunity. Since Mr. Krishnan is already holding the stock, I'll advise him to hold the stock patiently. Do not look at the short term dips if they may come in, if he's having some spare cash, he should consider averaging the stock somewhere around 108, 106 zones.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now we are joined by Vijit on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi Vijit, good evening.
Hi. I bought CESC at 163 2.5 weeks back, and it's currently trading at 180 odd numbers.
Yeah.
Just wanted to know whether I need to hold it or sell it. Bought it for a short term.
Okay, for how long do you plan to hold it?
6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Gaurav, CESC is the counter, currently trading at 181 and was also up in trend trade today over 1%. So, are you optimistic on the counter, and what are the charts suggesting?
Charts are suggesting that the stock is in good hands. It has risen from as low as 120 or even lower levels to currently trading around 180 odd zone. A possibility of some minor dip towards 165 is pretty much possible, but that shouldn't be a worry since the viewer is having a 6 months horizon. I think the stock is likely to test levels close to 200, 205 in that time zone, and even a break above that level is also possible. So as of now, I'm having a conservative view of a target of close to 205 on this stock. The stop loss I'm suggesting is 155.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And Prashant, I'd also like to take your view on it. So is it equally attractive from a long-term investing purpose? Because if I look again at the valuations, so it's pretty, attractive there. And if I compare it with its peers, so it's pretty well positioned. So how do you view it?
You rightly pointed out with respect to valuations, very comfortable, very decent in terms of when we compare with the Tata Adani, Tata or Torrent Pharma. I'm very much bullish on the power as a sector, at least for a very short period of time. Q1 earnings, I think all the 4 companies are going to deliver a healthy numbers, at least 15 to 20% on the top line and 20% on the bottom line. I think that would be giving some kind of positive traction for all the sectors, all the stocks. CESC again very much bullish with at least a minimum target of 220 to 10 from the Q1 earning perspective. So overall, hold would be my recommendation.
Okay, all right. And now we have Pradeep joining us on the phone line. Hi, Pradeep. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Go ahead.
I'm having 120 shares of Fineotex Chemical.
Okay.
Bought in 2022 at a rate of 304 rupees.
Okay.
Now the price, the 304. Now the stock has gone up quite high. But then since last year, it has been on a constant downtrend and has now fallen below my purchase price.
Yeah.
So what to do with it? Should I hold or should I book losses?
Okay, let's find that out. Prashant, our viewer, holds a very interesting chemical stock, Fineotex Chemical, bought at 304 rupees a piece, and he bought them 3 years ago at 304, and the stock has dipped, and how it is now trading around 271, and especially since October of 2024, it has been on its downward trajectory. Having good ROE as well as ROCE, why do you think the stock has beaten so much since the time that our viewer bought them?
I think there are 2 reasons. One would be the sector-wise concerns. Everybody was talking about China plus 1 for 2 years back, but that did not work out still. I think there's a little bit small growth seen in the China plus 1 strategy for a specialty chemical business, which are servicing to textile, construction, water treatment. Second reason, again, the industry growth did not help the company to have a good earning growth. If you see the numbers for the Q4 earnings, there has been a drastic fall in the EBITDA margins from 27%, 25% average towards 18% in the Q4 earnings. That is the reason why the stock is not giving some kind of positive signals. So there is a wait and watch for me again for at a 1 or 2 quarters. It has to regain its margin of 25% average for a quarter-on-quarter growth. So that would be only the reason why the stock can recover post the results. For time being, I think that stock will remain underperforming. There will be a good range like 280 to 250 can be a range the stock will be hovering around.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now we are joined by Mr. Murli on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi, Mr. Murli. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
How can I help you today?
My query is, tell me.
Yeah, please go ahead with the query. Yeah,
I bought Chalet Hotels, 500 shares at the rate of 593.
Yeah.
And though it is most expensive, even more than Indian hotels,
The prospects from now onwards, because of the additional hotels, seems to be quite good. From rupees 6.5 EPS, they are likely to go to 22, 3 or 4 times from 26 onwards.
Yeah.
So I am willing to wait. I have Indian hotels and Park hotels also with me.
Okay.
What is your suggestion? Whether I should average or hold on for? I am willing to wait for at least 1 year.
Okay, understood. So Prashant, he bought it at very attractive levels of 593 and has made significant profits there, as you can see. Currently, it's trading at 873. I'd like to come to Gaurav later on, but firstly, talking about the fundamentals of the company, Chalet Hotels, how do you view this company? And also, Mr. Murli, should he stay invested in it for another 1 year? Is it advisable?
I have a two view. One, on a sector very much bullish. I think next 1 year hotel as a service sector will have a great opportunity to grow. But with respect to valuation towards Chalet, again very much concerning. The growth is very limited in this stock. I think the valuations are almost like 100 P from the current levels, or very expensive price to book valuation, 6 plus at the current point of time. I think this will keep some kind of pressure on the stock on a profit booking level. Even if you see the Q4 earnings, there has been a very decent earning growth. There is no actual YOY growth in terms of top line, but very decent in terms of their bottom line. So for me, considering the current outlook, there should be an opportunity to book profits. Now, I know he is a long-term investor, but I can booking some profit and regaining the same stock at a good level where Gaurav can help us. So it would be a good strategy for him. But overall, the outlook for the sector would be very bullish.
So overall outlook is bullish, but Mr. Murli, you can book your profits at this particular juncture. And Gaurav, like I was saying, it's trading near its 1 year highs. But do you see the counter touching those levels and seeing any sort of bounce back there on the charts?
Yes, the stock has the potential to go up to those levels of 1040, 1050 zones. It is having good amount of supports around 860, 840 zones. So I think he can hold on to the stock. But I completely agree with Prashant on this, that hospitality sector is good, but he should consider booking some profits and parking his money with stocks like Indian Hotel and EIH. So as to diversify his kitty into the hospitality segment.
All right, and now we have Ramesh joining us on the phone line from Chennai. Hi Ramesh, good evening, Vanakkam.
Yeah, good evening ma'am. I am having Bharat Dynamics Limited.
All right.
At the rate of 1763.
Okay.
850 shares.
1763, did you say 3?
Yeah, 1763, 1763.
Okay.
850 shares.
Okay, and do you want, what do you want to know?
I just want to know whether shall I sell it off or shall I wait for some more time?
Okay.
I bought it last July 2024.
Okay. You're sitting on a handsome amount of profit, 1.5 lakh rupees. Gaurav, taking this question to you, with regards to how the stock is currently performing, do you think he should go ahead and book his profits or continue holding?
I think he should continue holding his stock. He is a long-term investor now. Almost an year of holding is here. If he can hold it for next couple of years, so he can even multiply the amount of profits he is earning currently.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now we are joined by Kamath on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi Kamath, good evening.
Good evening, madam. Madam, yes. I am holding 500 shares of ACME Solar.
Yeah.
At the rate of 245 rupees, madam. I wanted to have the short-term view, madam.
Okay. So quickly, Gaurav, coming to you. It's currently trading at similar levels, 255, and was also up in trade today over 2%. So what's your technical view on ACME Solar?
ACME Solar, although the data is very less, so not getting a longer view on this. But from whatever is I am having, the stock is looking just fine. It is from past couple of sessions, it is just doing absolutely nothing. So I'll just suggest him to, take a stop at 234 and hold on to his position. And if the stock manages to surpass 270, it has potential to scale up to 280, 285 zones. There he should consider, booking some part profits and revising, trailing the stop loss upwards.
Okay, all right. And that's all the time we had. Prashant, Taapsee and Gaurav, thank you so much for joining this edition of Fast Profit and answering all the queries of our viewers with so much patience, like always. And viewers, you stay tuned and please keep these numbers handy so that you can reach out to us, call us live, both in the morning as well as in the evening. But until then, we will keep you updated with all that you have to know. Next up, we have Profit 360.
जनता के पास सवाल ही सवाल है, जवाब ढूंढने को वो देखती है न्यूज़ और देखती है यहां तो सवालों का मायाजाल है। ऊपर से ये अलग फाइट है, कोई पूरा लेफ्ट तो कोई पूरा राइट है, बीच में मुद्दे के साथ कौन है, जनता को जवाब चाहिए। इसीलिए सवालों की परेड नहीं, मैं लाऊंगा खबरों की कचहरी। मैं शुभांकर मिश्रा, मेरे साथ देखिए कचहरी रात 8 बजे सिर्फ NDTV इंडिया पर।
It's the biggest event that markets